China. Like your opinions about things being made in China. What do you know is made in China?
Almost everything.
Any like opinions?
I think it's good.
Good. Okay.
意想不到的街头采访第一段。
Image of Chinese people in your own country.
They always hold their phone.
I see a lot of Chinese people that negotiate really, really hard. Communal. They eat together, they spend a lot of time together, they buy houses together and all live in one big house.
You have a good style, good food. Your language is very difficult.
Maybe difficult for them to integrate. They tend to be a lot with each other. It's very common to see them
Only hang out with
Together, yeah.
Chinese people.
more than other cultures. Yes.
But what about other foreign communities?
So we do it like when I lived in London, I also had Italian friends. So that's normal. But I also had a lot of friends that were not Italian, and I see this less in Chinese.
People don't know much about China.
Yeah.
They have like all the countries in Asia are the same. All the food and the behavior.
They think like that's small, that's all the same people. They think it's just one big culture, it's just lots of people and that's all. For example, I have my sister right now in Hong Kong and I'm here the weekend and they think we can meet each other. I was like, no way, like that's way too far, just check a map. They're like, oh really? They know, so that's a big fun.
Really smart and hard workers. Serious, they follow trends. They are
第二段。
Everything is big.
Big, very big.
It's huge. That's the impression.
It's a really huge country with a lot of people, I guess.
It's just so different from Europe, so I would like to see like how people live.
I imagine it's to be a lot different from Europe.
Many million people. I will have problem to recognize them. Who is who?
Friendly people, was nice, very good food actually. The Chinese restaurants in Sweden are not anything compared to the real ones, of course, in China.
Everybody seems kind, you know, a calm and nice place, you know.
The culture, the food, language.
It seems very nice. The food, the people, very energetic town.
第三段。
What is your impression of China?
Colors. It's everything you see is bright and colorful.
It's a very historic country.
Big. Big, a lot of people and a lot of disciplined people. The buildings, like the beautiful temples and stuff.
A lot of people, like really crowded.
I think a big economic powerhouse that is going to be one of the major countries in the next few years, definitely.
I can only think about their food, really. That's it.
They've got good food.
Yeah. Very fast-paced.
They've got quite a lot of power climate-wise as well for influencing the rest of the world.
I studied at Beijing University and Fudan University as well.
What has your experience been like living in China?
Absolutely fantastic. I loved it. It was literally the best experience of my life. I think we're very dependent on them. I think that's good. You know, there's a good connection with us. Yeah.
I've actually been there quite a few times. I love the place. I love the culture.
What is your impression of the Chinese people?
Friendly? Yeah. Friendly? Yeah, I like them. My housemate's Chinese, so we get along really well. They seem pretty reserved. Like, I think it's quite a conservative culture from what I've seen and heard of.
What language do they speak in China?
Chinese? Mandarin.
Mandarin?
Yes. So what language do they speak in China?
Chinese, I think? No? Mandarin.
Mandarin.
第四段。
I would say maybe language.
Okay.
That's a huge difference, right? Because we have the alphabet, and then Chinese language doesn't have an alphabet that you need to follow. So it's really difficult to learn Chinese from scratch.
So you think Chinese is very hard?
It's really hard. I've been studying Chinese for 9 months, and now I can speak a little bit of Chinese.
Okay.
But like daily Chinese to get by every day. But still, it's really hard.
Okay.
So one of the main differences would be language, of course.
Language.
Yeah.
And how about the habit? Because I know dinner in Spain is very late.
Yeah, well, the thing is,
the time there?
we usually have dinner around 10,
Around
9 or 10. But because we have like sometimes snack in between, like after lunch and before dinner, we have to snack around 5 or 6.
Okay.
So that's why, yeah, we're not hungry at 7 or 8. Also, in Spain, we used to wake up maybe.
第五段。
always like different from all of the rest with their styles.
So what's the image of China before you came to China?
They produce everything. They have everything. You produce everything.
And
everything is made in China.
Copy.
Made in China.
Copy is also very
Copy?
famous from the past. China is also ramping up with new technologies. So.
They all bring the cameras.
Yeah.
Take a lot of pictures,
they
and
like
they shop
Germany,
a lot.
and they get the tax back
a bit more materialistic. In France, we think American and Chinese are quite similar.
In New York, there's like in Chinatown, it's very concentrated. There's like a real Chinese community that feels separate from the rest of New York in a lot of ways.
Maybe the personal space between people is very different. People are very comfortable sort of getting close to one another, whereas in America, there's a bit of distance.
Those people that maybe have traveled and experienced China know something about the advancement, how fast they're improving and growing, but some people would only have their reference points from, say, Chinese restaurants in the UK. Also, maybe think of China more like Hong Kong. That kind of communal work ethic is probably stronger.
第6段，
就是中国人，你觉得哪些地方觉得在全世界都是最棒的
？WeChat 微信，微信，比如微信、支付宝等等，因为我们在西班牙，我西班牙、欧美，我们没有这些
移动
支付方式。
我的国家有很多的东西我不可以做，比如用微信支付或者用淘宝买东西，然后用那个自行车，就租自行车特别方便，所以有共享单车。对。
外卖就是你点外卖会用手机去点外卖，
当然用淘宝，还有天那个京东，
淘宝还有京东是吧？
还有阿里巴巴，会用。阿里巴巴也在我们的国家。
就是它有那个国际的购物的业务。
中国经济是非常好，我也喜欢经济。
高铁有地铁都很
第7段。
Fast question, fast answer kind of thing. Like say whatever comes in your mind. First question: name a Chinese brand.
Crap. There's the car company that's Geely.
Geely.
Yes.
Baidu, the company. I don't know if it's a brand.
Okay, Li Ning.
Apple. Made in China. Hello Kitty. Yeah. Is that Japanese?
WeChat.
I told him that one.
Tsingtao.
Alibaba.
Weibo.
Huawei.
Is Honda Chinese? I don't know.
Sony.
Uniqlo.
I'm actually part Chinese, but I don't know.
You.
Me.
You are a Chinese brand. What's something that America has that China does not?
Like Coney Islands.
Coney Island hot dogs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cheese. Kimmel.
Oh, Jimmy Kimmel. Yeah.
Fortune cookies, I hear.
Black people.
Black people.
Burger King.
Burger King.
They have McDonald's. Yeah.
Actually, China does have Burger King.
Do they?
Universal Studios.
Good hamburgers. Hollywood, I guess, over here. Tall people.
Capitalism.
President. A weird president.
Definitely that.
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump.
What's something that China is stronger at than the United States?
Making something out of nothing.
Public transportation. Trains.
Gymnastics.
Olympic gymnastics?
Okay.
Well, I mean, U.S. women's gymnastics won last year.
Manufacturing.
Being organized.
Space conservation.
Construction and production.
Making babies.
Making babies.
第8段。
是不同的肉，然后就是放了很多糖，然后放了很多贝皮，然后就变成了一个种子鸡，一个北京烤肉，然后一个是回锅肉。什么是个故事？Aux USA, t'achètes une boisson, tu peux la remplir autant de fois que tu veux. 要是铁蛋在美国生活1年，他可能会多40斤。Would be fun. 你想一下，铁蛋多40斤，一个大的铁蛋。我们不停的在说啊，多好吃。但是如果我要真心的说实话，不好吃就是不好吃。我不是说你不能吃，要是你在医院的话，你会觉得这个是美味非常好的一个餐。但是呢，真的不是中餐。你说这个是什么，放很多糖的鸡，我还是觉得哇 ，OK，that's the sugar chicken restaurant. It's fine. 但是如果你说是中餐，那你必要做。
第9段。
想象中的干达，我想要逛一逛，熟悉一下。这边是水果区，这边是零食区。在中国不会很明显的写就是水果区就是零食区，但是国外会有放一个牌子，就是水果卖水果的地方，就是卖零食的地方。 这些花露水只有中国才有，国外没有。我以前买过孟加拉，然后我送给我老师，出一些线上文字不会要，他们都特别高兴。也是因为孟加拉蚊子特别多。中国的超市有很多种化妆品，国外的超市不会卖。
第10段
That doesn't really align at all with my personal experience being here. And I would just kind of, okay, I shrug it off and go on to my life. But over the years, it seems to have escalated and accumulated where I can't really ignore it anymore. I'm like, wait, okay, well, what's going on here?
Yeah.
I mean, there's something going on here because the narrative that's being told in the West is not at all what is really happening in reality here on the ground. And if you spent any amount of time in China, and especially extended amount of time, you would know that. And so there's this intensifying frustration because it's hard to get that point across and to break that hardcore belief system that you have when you're growing up in the West. Because how could you, right? Like everything around you, all the media, all the input and information that you're getting is very one-sided, and you don't notice that. You just, of course, you believe it. So
ignorance is bliss, as they say.
Yeah, and someone should speak out and stand up and do so. And that's how I see.
第11段
是的，伏特加一瓶就能喝，但是中国的4两就够了。
Beer is just perfect. Perfect price and perfect quality. There's a sweet taste to it. As a Portuguese, I know beer, so I recommend that for sure.
我很喜欢白酒，不是好喝，但是很便宜，而且你很快就可以喝醉。
海底捞你喜欢吗？
我觉得海底捞比较贵，我喜欢呷哺呷哺。我有时候去火锅，我会买2-3个菜，然后带我自己的菜。
Chinese gadgets. They're amazing. Before I came here, I was watching movies on my phone, this all the time on the bed. But then I got this weird thing that holds your phone. I just put it on my bed, keep this here, I eat, I drink, and I watch movies on it. Lifesaver. Everything you want to, everything you hear about it, China can make it.
Chinese cheap clothes are perfect for me because I lose everything that I own. So
谢谢观看，喜欢的一键3连吧。